All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, for Hakodash, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, of course, to you sincere brothers out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, and any of you, you few sincere sisters who, listen and follow along as well. All right, hey, and I'm the brother Shaman from the St. Louis branch of Great Millstone. Okay, I just wanted to touch on some topics because people are still doing the protest thing. Now the shit is getting out of hand. Now it's been said before, but once again, man, the National Guard is being brought up. And the thing about that, you can only mention doing it for so much time before you actually have to implement that. All right. And businesses are being destroyed, burnt down. Especially with Israel and doing things in their own communities. All right. And you had the other day here in St. Louis, you had them break into a place and shoot, a police captain who was protecting the business. All right. So, Jake is turning up, man. Jake is using this as an opportunity too for a come up because you got a lot of people who weren't working or they were and they're just looking for a come up. They know they can break into shit and amidst the chaos, they can do all that, and they're using that opportunity to do so, and that's wicked as hell. All right, and once again, man, this topic of reparations has come up too. So I wanted to touch on that, man. Touch on a couple of scriptures on that because, as has been said before, we're always gonna say it. That's written in the scriptures. The ultimate reparations is gonna come from the Heavenly Father. Okay, and the scriptures gives us a promise on what we're going to receive. Right, the Lord made promises to our forefathers, and He's made promises to us. Basically through prophecy about what's going to be given to us. But we know we're going to have to go through the end of this kingdom, which the persecution of Jacob, is going to be a huge part of that. This is Jeremiah 17. And 4, and this is one of the pinnacle scriptures of us being Israelites. All right, we had a young guy come out and he was asking about which scriptures give us a clear understanding on who we are, and this is one of the ones that we should make sure we always bring out when people ask that. Something very simple. We got to start with the milk. It's Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Exactly, and that's exactly what happened to us. We discontinued from our heritage, so much so it took us hundreds of years to kind of get a glimpse of who we actually were, because this man hid and destroyed a lot of our history too, and that's what all the tribes of Israel. They burnt down a lot of records. They destroyed our homes. They came through with our paintings and destroyed them, or they whitewashed them. All of that stuff. And that's a sign of who the Israelites are going to be in the latter days, because they discontinued from their heritage. And who is discontinued the most? Our people. The most lost people on the earth, the people who make national news, every month, every other week, we're the Israelites. It says, here's another one, because the guy who used to own BET, he was talking about, America owes us trillions of dollars, which, they tried to use the opportunity because they just paid out stimulus checks to people, but they know that how do I want to say it? They tried to use the moment, to say, well, look, if they could do this, then surely they could give us reparations, but that's not the case, man. America would never, they'll never do that. All right, that's not written in the scriptures. The scriptures do talk about they'll seek to please the poor, but it's not going to say. They're not gonna. Let me see. They're not gonna try to put us back to a high position, because they know that we would try to we would try to take them out. We would still have that animosity. And these Edomites deep down inside, they know that. That's why they try to tread over us, because they know ultimately we would do that. All right. And see, it said, yeah, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. And said, for he shall be like the heath in the desert, that shall not see when the good cometh, but shall inhabit it the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabit it. Basically, you know what I'm saying, when the good things come, he's not going to receive the blessing, all right? And, you know, the blessing we're looking for is to be of the elect, and for us to get out of here, man. And the elect means what? Another word for the elect is chosen. Because it does say, oh, here it is, Job 20:10, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. You know, and so in some cases, the Edomite might give, you know, a little bit of something. They might, you know, do something small, you know, for Jake. You know, nothing big, nothing, you know, it ain't gonna be no, you know, multi-million-dollar project, anything like that. They might do something small, or you had a lot of things where these young Edomites was, you know, drawing Black Lives Matter, something which, once again, we're not black. There are no people called black people. That's a word that they put on us, and now that they're trying to put on us even more. All right, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, which we know that that's funded by one of the elites, and that's what this is all about, man. This is all about the elites and their control over this planet, and people playing right into their hands using, you know, emotions, using these different events to bring out chaos. All right, and this is another reason why they want us all connected, and they're gonna make a case for us to be under control, because look at the unruliness, and look at the thing, you know, in perspective of them, you know, in their empire. This is one of the things they're saying, you know. Look at how these people act. Look at how crazy these people get. You know what I'm saying? Look at how they don't trust the justice system. We have to formulate some control. They're not even, you know, social distancing. All these different things, you know, that is being spoken in the works behind the scenes right now, and it's coming soon, all right? And like this, it say, look, Kendrick Lamar's all right. Childish Gambino's is American, and Morrissey boosts in streams during protests. And you know, people log in on these different websites, and what do the scriptures say about us? It say, because ultimately people are looking for a song to sing. They're looking for that chorus, you know. They're looking for the words that they should speak on about the situation, all right? And it's not Black Lives Matter. It's not, this is what democracy look like, you know, none of that goofy stuff. Because, you know, ultimately a democracy, that's not the way to go. This is Matthew 11:17. It said what? And saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. And, you know, the thing about it, man, brothers have been, you know, putting out hit after hit, you know, bringing out scriptures after scriptures, you know, to build up the faith of our people, to draw, you know, the elect. In some cases it has been successful, but still, the majority of our people, you know, we still have to say it. They don't want to listen. All right, we still have to bring it out. We still have to continue to try to, because it said, well, we persuade men through fear. You know what I'm saying? We still have to bring out the word of the Lord until the end. And, you know, they're able to track the music. They're able to track, you know, what people want to listen to. Basically, they can kind of read the vibration, and that's the point of them doing all that streaming stuff, so they can read the vibration of the people and know what, you know, the mind state of what people are into. And that's ultimately why they want everybody chipped, and they want everybody connected for real. So they really can read your mind. They really can look inside your head. All right, and they don't have to, you know, trust in a streaming website or something. They want to be able to look directly into you and be able to control you. All right, and this is again, this stuff right now is the setup for why they're gonna want that. All right, but let's get to. I'm gonna jump to a couple of more. You know, of course, it don't want to work. Go to Exodus 6 and 6. Okay, it says, wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will stretch you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched arm and with great judgments. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a power, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, your power, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And this is something he did before, and then this is something, of course, that we're waiting on to be done again. Because one of this modern day Egyptian so-called white man, you look around, you see pyramids, you see what these damn things called. You see all of this on the back of the dollar bill. You're seeing all of this imagery. You're seeing these different buildings. Matter of fact, a lot of these courthouses and stuff, they got pyramids and ziggurats on top of them. You know, ziggurats, those kind of go back more to Babylon. But then you got the arches, you got the pillar, you got all the different buildings. Basically, you got the basically these Edomites, they study Egyptian culture. That's one of the things we learn about in school so much, because they take a fascination with that stuff. The point being that the Lord made us his people, you know what I'm saying? And we're under certain, the thing about our people, man, they want to just do whatever they want to do. There ain't to be no consequences. But then in the same breath, they'll say that, we're the greatest people in the world, and we're so, they have this pride and this confidence, which is good to be confident, but you got to know, what you're talking about. All right. If you are this so great of a people, and the Lord's dealing with you, you go name stuff, soul food and soul this, and we have soul, which we do have soul, but ultimately it's because we're the Lord's people, and he's given us those skills as a gift. All right. When you look at these other heathen nations, they're not gifted through and through like us. They're not gifted like that. They don't have it like that. Even though they're not in captivity like we are, they just don't have it. All right. So it's certain requirements for us to have to do. And that's just how it goes when you're in royalty and you're in the royal position. You have requirements and you have assignments. And this is Isaiah 19:11. It said, what? Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. And this is Isaiah. Egypt had already fell, but this is prophecy. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings. Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts have purposed unto Egypt, which he's going to utterly destroy this place. That's why we're not worried about receiving reparations, and really, in the long, we're not worried about kicking our feet up and none of that shit, man, because we know this place is going to be destroyed. And a lot of our people, they're not banking on that. They're not banking on it being destroyed. They're banking on, uproar, uprising, equality. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They would be fools to make us, people who were once slaves, equal to them. They would make them look weak as hell. And that's just how that goes. It says what? Where are they not? The princes of Zoan have become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err. In every work thereof is a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit. And there's that wine again. There's those philosophies. All these different philosophies that these people have. You got our people marching. You got LGBT people marching. You got undercover police and white supremacists, which that's pretty much one and the same, marching. All right. And nobody told Michael Jordan to donate, $100 fucking million to some bullshit ass organ, because that's what all it is, man. It's a tax write off, and then it's makes you look better, makes your brand look better. You know what I'm saying? He has to try to clean up his image because he's kind of shown as a asshole in the documentary that came out. This shit, it's not gonna do anything. All right, it's not gonna do anything. And it says what? But ultimately, this is what we just read in Isaiah, because the Zoan is a city that's in the country of Egypt. Well, it's a city that's next to it's a city that's in the country of Egypt, Salaki, because you got different cities in Egypt. You got Cairo, Zoan, and different other places. Off the top of my head, I don't remember all of them, but basically, it's talking about how, like I said, they mingle a perverse spirit, and when you look at our people, they have that perverse spirit still on them. Right? They have that spirit that this place has put upon us, and they're following after the ways because the media portrays us a certain way. Going back to the guy, the BET guy who talked about reparations, shit, BET. You got a lot of Jakes who actually watch BET. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember, Jake asking me about a show on BET, man. I was like, I don't watch BET. And niggas is like, what? You don't watch BET? Nigga, it's black entertainment. They're not understanding that, look, we don't need to watch, what their how do I say it? What their representation of us should be. That's what it is. They put the actors are following the script that is written by Edomites, and then Jake takes on the persona and the script, and you'll hear people quoting shit from these different movies where Jake is being portrayed a certain way, and that helps to forward that perverse spirit. All right. Now jumping over to this next article, because this is the big part of what's going on, man. This is the big money. This is what Jake is not seeing. All right, because through all of this, millionaires, they receive tax breaks too. They weren't getting no fucking $1,200 stimulus checks. They're getting big breaks. It says what U.S. billionaires have regained $565 billion in wealth since the pit of the crisis. Now, how in the hell are you doing that? Because I think I heard one of the elders talk about, basically they're using this situation to figure out how to cut these people out of jobs. I believe it was in it was in the algorithm. They was discussing that the GMS algorithm. They were discussing that, how they're using this situation to cut Jake out of jobs. You know what I'm saying? To make job cuts and to figure out how to take these companies forward without these jobs. All right, because you still got stocks going up, you still got money to be made. America's still making money, but it's now just taking a huge hit for some of the smaller businesses, some of the smaller chains. But Walmart still eat. A lot of the bigger places that still eat, and this is a time where the small guy gets cut out of the game. This is the time, for a real takeover.
Another 1.9 almost million people. Filed.
And this is CNN. This is fake news. No, it's real. It said what the past 3 months have been. Let me just skim through it. Have been financially painfully. U.S. billionaires have become $565 billion richer. Total wealth now stands at $3.5 trillion, up 19% from the low point near the beginning of the pandemic. And Jeff Bezos, Amazon, they still got people at Amazon, working right now. You can still go over there. You can still make $15 an hour. And Jeff Bezos is, meanwhile, is getting paid. Because Amazon, from what I heard, they gonna work you They're gonna have you moving. I put it like that. Ain't gonna be no breaks.